What does personal development mean to you? This is a question I have asked to almost 200 of the previous podcast's guests, and in this episode 300, we will find some answers. Welcome to Personal Development Mastery Podcast, helping you take the simple actions to master personal development and create the life you yearn for. I am your host, Agi Keramidas, and my mission is simple: to inspire you to take action towards a purposeful and fulfilling life. We often use the term personal development, especially those of us that are in this environment. We often use the term without actually taking the time to contemplate what it really means, and specifically what it means to you. You see, we are all unique, and in the same way that the term success is different for different people, the same goes for the term personal development. What personal development means to me might be different than what it means to you. In this celebratory episode 300 of the podcast, I will take the opportunity and revisit this particular question. What does personal development mean to you? So, out of the previous 299 episodes, I have chosen 11 of my favorite answers that my guests gave me over the years to the question, what does personal development mean to you? And in this episode, I will play these 11 answers for you, without me saying anything in between. Only 11 answers to that same question. I hope that through the wisdom of these answers, you will gain an insight, a deeper understanding about your own journey of personal development. So let's begin. What does personal development mean to you?
Breaking through marble. I will give you a 30-second thing that drives me, everything I do. That's 1400s. There is a sculptor, Donatello, who is commissioned to carve a sculpture, and he's given a huge marble block. You know, he studies it. He says, faulty marble, too many veins. Get rid of it. And then 50 years later, the different sculpture that we know, Michelangelo, out of that marble carves the most famous Western sculpture that still stands in Florence, which is David. Mm-hmm. And so when the contemporaries ask Michelangelo, how could you possibly carve David out of this faulty marble? He answers in a way that inspires everything I do. He says, I saw the angel in the marble, and I carved until I set him free. So that's, to me, personal development. That is the angel in the marble. Get rid of the marble by surrendering the M to E.
Personal development is the journey of taking your personas and integrating them into authenticity. And once you're authentic, your personal development is now an authentic path. You're now living authentically and integral.
For me, personal development is the journey of coming home to who you truly are. And it never ends.
What does personal development mean to you?
Personal development means to me self-exploration, I think. And then how can that benefit others? Yeah. Okay, I don't know how to expand on that. I mean, it could be good or it could be bad. It could be, it's all about the journey, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So I think personal development is just to be open to more things, and to trust not from the head anymore. You know, it doesn't necessarily need to be an achievement, or I'll just do this, I can go there, and I think it needs to be more from the heart. Does it feel good for me? And then from the gut, do I trust it's going to be like the intuition? So yeah.
Personal development is for me a process of getting more body intelligence. And body intelligence is the same as the intuitive mind. yet with respect to the rational mind. So, say, for example, how do I find the truth? Is when I feel something works for me and I've practiced it. And I can get my rational mind around it by measuring, by double clinical trial, by things like that. So personal development is for me to learn to listen to my body and my intuitive mind, using my rational mind, getting the two aligned, and setting out the path of what I want from life. And also, because this is a selfish process, you could say. And then the ultimate, this is another paradox, the ultimate selfish act is to start helping others.
Personal development means taking control of your life and steering your life like steering a car, so that you achieve success, happiness, and personal wealth.
It really is getting to know yourself, recognizing your needs, your desires, what feels good to you, being able to move in that direction, and just a deeper understanding of self, to me, is personal development. Because when you can understand what's happening within there, you can really consciously create your world. But until you sort of know what you even want, it's really hard to create from that place. You just sort of take the scraps of whatever you're running into. So I think it's know thyself, I would say, in the most brief form.
Basically, it means working on any old patterns that you may have experienced in the past that are encouraging you to doubt or to believe in limits. For me, personal development is finding ways of going around those patterns that we were unintentionally given, so that we can give ourselves permission to live a more fulfilling life.
At its base level, personal development is everything, right? Because of what we've said already. You're getting better or you're getting worse. You're spiraling up or you're spiraling down. So it's not, personal development or chill. It's personal development or die, right? And, in a physical way, again, I come from the fitness space, so I think about my physical body a lot, but also the mind. We know for a fact that people who read more, who do Sudoku, who do more puzzles, who are mentally more active, their brain ages much more gracefully. They have less chances of having Alzheimer's, less chances of dementia, a million things like that. So personal development, to me, it becomes our duty. It is not like a luxury of, oh, well, that's cool for them, but I don't have time.
We've been talking about personas and on some level dissolving our personas and being the vast sovereign beings that we are. And so for me, it's about developing ourselves. And I think when I say this right now, and I think of the word develop, what pops up is this old cameras with you used to have to shake the image, no?
Polaroid.
The Polaroid, thank you.
Yes.
And you used to have to shake it. So as you asked me, I had this vision of the Polaroid, and what we're doing is we're shaking the Polaroid in order to see who we truly are. And that for me is what personal development is. And what I love about you calling it personal development mastery, the mastery of that is the consistency to show up and face our shadows and face all of what we've been through in order to see who we truly are. And that for me, that mastery comes from consistency and repetition. So that's what comes up in this moment.
What does personal development mean to you?
The word that comes to mind is water for some reason. And I say that because water is vital in our lives. And I believe that a life without personal development is not a life, really. I believe that we come here to grow. I believe that we're given different opportunities for that to happen. That usually happens in a space of darkness. And I love using an analogy to illustrate this. The seed in the soil needs that dark space for it to start thriving, right? And so this is where the cultivation starts. And this is the reason why I believe we're here. We're here to understand the nature of who we are. And when I say understanding, it's not from the analytical mind. It's not through the mind. It's understanding who we are by being present. And it's in that space of presence and silence that we can start that process of personal development. So personal development for me is water in presence. And not only because it's vital, but because it's fluid. It's liminal. Personal development is a liminal space of liquidness, and you can shape it the way you want. Nothing is static. Nothing is unchangeable. It's the very possibility of changing that is one of the greatest gifts that we're given when we come into this world. And it's the very thing that we are constantly invited to explore. Because the only thing that's certain is temporarily. And so temporality, I'm struggling with this word today, is that realm of possibilities of change. Everything changes in life. I love using biomimicry to navigate the world. This biomimicry, for those who are not familiar with the term, it's to imitate nature. When we observe nature, it's constantly changing. And so change is an intrinsic aspect of who we are. Personal development is that. Now, what I do with that is up to me. I can sit in comfort and just watch these possibilities pass in front of me, or I can sit and observe those possibilities from a perspective of taking them and turning them into something else. It's always about the possibility to transform into something more whole, or I don't want to use the word better because I think it's very dualistic, but going back to wholeness is probably the idea that I want to explore here.
I hope that through the wisdom of these answers, you have gained an insight, some deeper understanding about your own journey of personal development and what that term means to you. Thank you for listening. For a free ebook with the top 10 podcast episodes that offer the greatest value in 3 main categories of your life, go to personaldevelopmentmasterypodcast.com/top10. Until next time, stand out, don't fit in,